I still can't get over some of the noises you hear in the street when you come out to do something. Anyway, I'm going to go for a ride. I haven't done a ride for a little bit, and the weather looks like it's holding up pretty good, so seems like a good day to go for a ride. I've already had a look on the map. There's a place out west. It's not actually on the river, it's a little bit off the river, but it's got a 4.4 star rating from the locals as a coffee shop, so let's go get a coffee. Tune in and come along for the ride. And so, no sooner do I say, let's go for a ride because it's not raining. And we've got some sort of heavy dew. Oh my God. Well, so here we are at, was it the Kinlamoon Coffee House out in Samut Sakhon. Well, it's not really Samut Sakhon, it's on the way to Samut Sakhon. Yeah, what a ride. Now what I'm going to do there is I'm going to do again the long play version of the ride, which is the ride with this video. And I'm also going to cut another one. I'm going to do another cutter one, and I'm going to do a special riding in Thailand, and I'm just going to sort of point out probably whether I do it as a B-roll with a voiceover, just the typical things that you might see if you're riding or even driving here in Thailand. Because seriously, if you don't keep your head screwed on, somebody's going to die. And there was at least half a dozen incidents there I could count just thinking about it, but probably more like a dozen incidents of, drivers sort of overtaking on the left-hand side just to, look, I ride within a safe distance in front of me, in case the guy in front brakes. Right, but no, Thais don't, there's a space there. Got to get in that space, God. Anyway, so keep an eye out for that video too. So, I'll put one up, then put the long play as an unlisted. You'll find the link to that on the webpage. And of course, I'll post another full video just of the ride as a B-roll with the voiceover and maybe some little arrows or pointers, some little funny emoticons, alrighty. What do they call them? Emojis. Just, oh my God, I've got to think of how to cut that one. Anyway, so here we are. I'm going to go grab a coffee. It looks like we've got air conditioning inside, so I'm going to have it in the air conditioning. Anyway, so here we are. Here's the lovely girl, and she speaks English.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. And she's got a cute smile. And she's got a nice menu here, and it looks like the menu here is in English as well as Thai, which is always good. I just got to think of what I want to eat.
Menu is
Cafe latte lon. Latte lon.
Yeah.
And chocolate?
Yeah.
Which one? Oh my God. Oh, this one here. Oh, got to have this one. Yes, this one here, yeah. No, yeah. Well, the decor looks original. It's quite clean. We're inside of the air conditioning, so it's nice and cool. But the setting itself, the trees and the tables outside, all actually looks quite good as well. I'll drink my coffee before I eat my cake. But getting back to the whole driving thing, yeah, this is something that often comes up in our discussions. Especially one-on-one about driving and comments on the channel. I don't make a big point of the driving. I leave it there for you guys to actually look at what's going on. That's why we do the long play versions. I know the long play versions can be a little bit long at times. But again, if you're trying to get an idea of how driving works and what you have to deal with on a motorcycle or even in a car, don't worry, so cars have exactly the same problems. They just got a little bit more metal around them to protect themselves. But aside from that, Thailand driving is a little bit of an art form. I don't think it's overly dangerous as long as you are, with it. Does that make sense? Like, I grew up riding through, I think my first motorcycle was a 50cc, right in the back streets of Houston in Renfrewshire in Scotland. Then my mate Daz, he had a 100cc. Then I moved to a 125cc. I would have been a 90cc, like Vespa style. Because I was only 15 or 16 years old at that stage. Came back to Australia, and then I got trail bikes, and we used to hang out in the trails, pretty much every weekend. So I've had a long history of riding. I actually stopped riding in my mid-30s simply because of the fact that I have a family and really can't do much riding with the family. So I had to give it a miss. And I always wanted to get another bike when I was in Australia, but again, there was never really that opportunity. Riding in Australia, you're only 50% of the days are suitable for riding, and 9 times out of 10 you're working, so you can't leverage that. And like spending $10,000, $20,000 on a bike just never really made much sense to me, simply because of the fact that it was something you'd use once a month or once every couple of months. When the weather was good, the temperature was good, and you had somewhere to go. So it never really is a driving thing. But of course, now being over here, which is really what I'm going to talk about here in this 10 to 15 minutes sort of episode, is what do you do? How do you? This is a question that came up on an email. last night, and I answered it, and he was very appreciative of the answers, and we'll probably sort of continue those conversations. But he's just said like he's an executive at the executive level. I didn't say what occupation. And he's just saying, well, when you live your life at 100 miles an hour, how do you deal with the whole, retirement, early retirement thing here in Thailand? Doesn't it send you crazy? And I go, well, not really, but I know exactly where he's coming from. I was potential, I suppose they call it ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive disorder, in my teens and in my early 20s. Of course, I found a way to alleviate those urges, which medical science may actually turn around to actually sort of studying when there's more legalisation of the cannabis. But we won't go into that discussion. It's damn sight safer than Ritalin, that's for certain. What is it, Ritalin? I don't know what they take, they give you. By the way, I didn't ask for it, but I got a coconut water. I don't know if you noticed on the way in, there was a coconut plantation just beside me. I've got a feeling it's actually part of this place here. So free coconut water, can't really complain. Not that I'm really into coconut water, but it's really healthy for you. So getting back to the whole thing, the whole retirement thing. Sort of what can you do if you're that sort of background where you have to fix everything? Me being an engineer as well, that's ADHD, OCD, engineer. God, it's a terrible mix. You want to fix everything. I think when you get to that sort of senior level of executive, you want to fix everything. And like, there's so many things here in Thailand that I would really, really want to fix. But it's just, there's no way I'm going to single-handedly change the ideals and ways that have been inbred into their culture for, that have been, there she is, Kun Chua Yin. Yin. This is my friend Yin. Kinlamoon.
Yeah.
Oh, your name to her?
Yeah.
So, good. Yes, lovely girl here. She'll obviously take care of you if you're coming up. There will be a map pinned down below, if you're out this way, definitely drop in. Now let's try the coffee. Looks like we've got syrup. Let's just see if there's any pre-sweetened. Okay, so it does need sweetening. I'm going to go for. It is a sweet. Now, taste test. Yeah, ADHD, like a sort of like shiny object. What? What's Robson say? Squirrel. Yep, definitely a brewed coffee, ground beans. Not quite sure what sort of coffee it is. Can't really pick it. It's not an Arabic. It's an Arabic. It may be a local bean. I never know. Can't really tell. I haven't really done a lot of study in the coffees here in Thailand. I just like coffee. Gives you that. Red Bull lift. But yeah, getting back to the whole what do you do? One of the things I did suggest is look into taking meditations to help quiet those urges to fix everything. That's something that I've studied in my past, is meditation and meditation techniques, and I do rely on that quite a lot. Even into society today, again, I don't have much to do. I have a lot of time I spend on the computer, and of course, with the vlogging, that's just sort of a hobby. I don't really have the opportunity to do the other hobbies that I enjoyed. I used to play golf, but I just think that the temperature would be uncomfortable for playing golf. I'm not Tiger Woods. I had to sort of play it off. I think the best handicap I ever got down to was 20, or something around that. 19, 20 was my best handicap. I was normally playing around about 26 in competitions, if you can call that a competition. As with motorcycle riding, I've always loved motorcycle riding. At least I get to do that again. I used to do 5-inch gauge live steam model railways, and I also had end-gauge model railways as well. So I was a bit of a train fanatic. Something I do want to explore out here. I may actually have to do trips to India to do live steam, because from what I've seen over the last 2 years, there's only one running live steam locomotive that they've got here. And you've got to book in advance and all that sort of stuff. It's not expensive, but it's just right out of the way. But I do want to do that trip, to check out some live steam locomotives. As for the hobby, live steam 5-inch gauge, wouldn't even know where to start looking for that. And again, I wouldn't be able to do it. I would require me to build an engineering workshop to have my hobby, and that would be construed completely against the whole mandate of the way the visa runs. It's just going to take the wrong word from the wrong person, and they're going to come out and see a lathe and a mill and sort of like grinders and a complete workshop in a garage. And they're going to go, well, yeah, this looks like a business, but all it is a hobby. How do you deal with that? So I won't be pursuing that. I may look into it further down the track when I'm a bit more senior years, because it is a lot of fun. But again, unless of course you've got 2 to 3 kilometres of track to run it on, it's a pointless exercise anyway. What else is there? There's other hobbies that I have. Well, of course, I go and check out what Chanya's doing. She's currently going back to school for another 10 days. She's doing an artistry makeup style course. Artistry, not at that artistry runway stuff, but artistry is doing eyebrows, lips, and all the finer styling to go with the hairstyles. She's a 25,000 baht course. And again, I think I mentioned that on the live stream. I don't mind paying for that sort of thing. If she wants to go and do courses, I'm quite happy to fund her for the education, because as far as I'm concerned, that's only an asset value that we can leverage down the track. I think I also mentioned the fact that I have no intention of buying her a salon, or even sort of having her go into a salon with money I lend her, because unless of course she gives a business plan, it's just money down the hill. But anyway. Yeah, so if you are going to be coming out here, that's really what the point of the exercise, point of the video. If you are going to be coming out here, you're going to need to think about what sort of hobbies you're currently doing wherever you live now. Do you have any hobbies? This is one thing I noticed at the senior echelon of corporate society. They don't have that many hobbies, because they work an 18-hour day. From the time they get up to the time they go to bed. Probably the only hobby they have is maybe an hour of TV, just to switch off and watch a sitcom or something. What do you do? You're going to need to find yourself something to do. And as I've been sort of saying to this gentleman that I was speaking to, grab yourself some camera gear. Video your journey. We're not professionals at this. And it gives you something to do, getting out of the house. Like I just felt like I've been in the house for the last 3 days because it's been raining. I wanted to get out. And even today it threatened to rain, but even though the radar maps sort of said there was no rain in the sky, it was still like that heavy dew, I think you could probably call it, spots of rain. There may even be some on the camera on the trip here. But at least we got here, the roads were dry, that's half the battle. Because as soon as those roads get a little bit slick, what we saw in the riding there, if you want to check those riding videos, it just gets 10 times worse. It's just like I've seen in Australia. It's like you're supposed to slow down by 10 to 15% when you're riding when you're in wet weather. That's what they recommend, and I would highly recommend that too. But most people think that they actually have to go 10 to 15% faster. They have no idea what that mentality is. That's just a trip to the early grave as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, look, coffee's hot. I like my coffee hot, so I'm going to can this now. Heat my coffee and try my chocolate cake. Oh, doesn't that look yummy? Pure decadence. Anyway, I'm going to switch the camera off and eat some coffee. Drink my what do you call it? My coconut juice. Drink my coffee, eat my cake, and I'll be back with you shortly. Yeah, so it's not a bad little coffee shop. Definitely friendly staff. I didn't check to see if they're single or not. You can come out and find out for yourself. But they said the setting is absolutely beautiful. There's a little sort of, looks like a rice paddy pond out the back. I'm not quite sure. There might even just be a water reservoir for what they're doing around here. In this area, it looks like we've got a housing estate going up the back. So it's a new area being established. She's probably got a nice little spot here to grow a business. But anyway, so I'm going to head off home now and do some other things. Hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to hit that like and the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Share it with your friends, the whole thing. And yeah, keep an eye out for those other videos I'll make from the same footage. I really sort of want to have a play with that whole idea of just the riding and the things you deal with the doing a B-roll on that one. We'll see how that goes. It may not go up. I may completely screw it up. Who knows? I've never done that sort of thing before, but it might be for an interesting video. Anyway, so we'll catch up with you guys later, and we'll see you next video. I think the next video will be the dental appointment. I've got that tomorrow happening, so we'll have to see how that goes. Might be a bit of discomfort, and of course tomorrow night, well, this is probably after tomorrow night, the Talkback Thailand as well, so keep tuned for that as well. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Steve's channel, Kev's channel if you haven't already, just to keep abreast, because we do bounce it around. Anyway, bye for now and catch you next time.